Okay, we continue our satsang about Sathya Sai Baba, and your question is about final realization, Sathya Sai as our own self, true self. First of all, I am on the way, and I don't want to speak about so-called final realization because I'm still on the way. And for sure some experiences happen in me, but more experiences still to happen. And it so happened that I was learning from two main sources, and one of them was Sathya Sai Baba and another one was Yogi Ramaya. And Sathya Sai was and is a source of grace, and my meditation, Kriya Yoga and the Mantra Yoga and Hatha Yoga Guru was Yogi Ramaya. And by the way, there's no any contradiction in that. It was perfectly okay for Sathya Sai that I was learning meditation and mantras from Yogi Ramaya, and of course for Yogi Ramaya it was wonderful that I'm visiting Sathya Sai, because that's the greatest source of grace and blessings. But my Guru Yogi Ramaya was not just meditation master, but he was a very special person because he himself was direct disciple of Mahavatar Babaji, immortal Guru from Himalayas. And example of Yogi Ramaya was a very humble person, though great mystic and a saint, but very humble person. And he gave me a couple of examples. If you are if you are a sportsman, if you are just go and running 100 meters or 1 kilometer, and then the question is how many minutes took for you to run this distance. Is it great result or not? If you compare yourself with a, let us say, 6-year-old child, you will be great. But if you compare your result with a real Olympic champion, so your result will be very poor. And another example is financial. If you have let us say $10,000 or euros in your bank account, if you compare yourself with somebody who is living, in Central Africa, then you are huge and rich. But if you compare yourself with the really rich people, then you're very poor. And the same simple examples we can use for spirituality. When we speak about enlightenment or spiritual experiences, immediately the question is, sometimes people in a Neo-Advaita childish tradition or in a New Age childish traditions, they speak about, I am enlightened, I am experiencing absolute consciousness. And boys and girls like that, huge number of toy-like gurus, But if you compare yourself with the immortal Himalayan masters like Goraknath, like, Mahavatar Babaji, like, all that highest teachers, then who are you with all your, simple, childish realizations? We are on the way. And that was one of the greatest examples and lessons from my meditation master, Yogi Ramaya, that he, on his huge level of spiritual realization, he was on the way, because he spent years and years with Mahavatar Babaji and Goraknath, with immortal gurus. So that reason why it was absolutely impossible for him to say, I'm fully enlightened person, like normally happen in New aged traditions or neo-Advaita traditions. We have crowd of fully enlightened. Funny. And it's impossible for me to speak about ultimate experience because I am not Mahathir Babaji and I'm not Goraknath yet, at least. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow. Then we'll make another video tomorrow. And I may say that it's a huge lilo, divine playfulness, divine game that Sathya Sai, I remember like a few times I told to some of my friends, look, this Sathya Sai, he's not human being, he is divine consciousness, he is God. And some of my friends, they asked me a very logical question. Come on, if Sathya Sai has human physical body, it means he is human being. I mean, what does it mean to be man or human being? It means you have physical body, or human physical body. And that was a huge puzzle for me. And then, I understood later on that yes, if you have a physical body of, human being, physical body, human physical body, it doesn't mean that you are a human being. You can be animal, by the way, and you can be divine angel, but at the same time staying for a while in this physical body, which is pretty much human. And Sathya Sai, yes, he was walking, sitting, speaking like any other human being. Using his physical body, he was taking food, drinking coconut juice, eating chapati and sabji, vegetables, and Indian bread. But he was absolute consciousness. That's very difficult to grasp for the many, especially Westerners. Because Avatar, it's very difficult concept for the Westerners because in the Christian and the Jewish and Islamic tradition, we don't have actually incarnation of God. We have Jesus the Christ as the messenger of the God. We have prophets which are messengers of the God, but the Lord God is invisible. How can we imagine that certain person in orange dress can be God? It's outside of Christian, Islamic and a Jewish tradition, really outside. How can we understand that we are in a state of basic oneness with Sathya Sai, but at the same time he is outside, because we have our form and our personality, and he is seemingly outside of us with his form and his personality. Especially, I was lucky enough to be his translator for the Russian-speaking groups, and he spoke with me. How can I understand and realize this basic oneness? And number of times he told us like that. You can't even imagine that we are actually in oneness. This illusion of separate existence is just a dream. You can't even imagine how in oneness we are. And again, this is grace. This is grace, because only His grace is like first and the last drop of the spirituality. Because we may practice meditation, and we must practice meditation to prepare ourselves for this grace. Normally when we speak about meditation, normally when I speak about meditation, I speak about meditation as self-inquiry. But one more explanation, what does it mean meditation? It's a preparation for the grace. If somebody is outside of Sathya Sai world, it sounds pretty strange, but there are many spiritual traditions, they know about Sathya Sai, but they don't care. Very stupid, by the way. For the traditions which are maybe denying maybe indifferent to Sathya Sai. For them, yeah, meditation is self-inquiry, full stop. But for those people who are lucky enough just to know about Sathya Sai, just to be in romance with him, then meditation, yeah, it's a self-inquiry. But apart from this, it's like preparation to receive grace. Because it's a huge question how to receive and how to, well, maybe it's not good to describe it in such a way, how to digest grace. Not really nice, but I mean, the question is not only with the grace, but how can we really receive it, and really how can this grace transform us? And we can't be lazy, we must work spiritually, and that is meditation and mantra and prayer and contemplation about philosophy. And that's the preparation for grace to come and transform us. And that's not only Sathya Sai tradition, that's also approach which is common for Sri Aurobindo. Actually, he is about, why to practice mantra and meditation in a tradition of Sri Aurobindo, to be ready to receive this grace. And Sri Aurobindo was really clear about it, like, okay, grace is ready to come, I am ready to receive. And it's interesting, Sathya Sai told us so many times, I'm ready to give you everything, the highest possible grace, I am ready to receive. What does it mean to be ready? It means, yeah, we have to prepare ourselves with the meditation and mantra, and of course with the contemplation on some philosophical teachings, because that's the work with understanding, which is essential. And when we just start to lose our approach to Sai Baba as form, name, or physical object, which is his physical body, when we stop to approach him in this way, then his grace, his presence everywhere may be revealed to us. But it's we have to go step by step to reach this point, and for this reason we have to go to Puttaparthi and meditate in front of his tomb. For that reason we have to visit Prema Sai. For that reason we have to visit Sathya Sai tomb as well, because then step by step he is becoming absolute consciousness. And finally, absolute consciousness is impersonal. In absolute consciousness, there is no any separate me, separate you, and separate, Sathya Sai, Jesus the Christ, Krishna and Buddha, just the oneness. And it's like ocean, which is just in front of me, and the drop is dissolving in the ocean. It's like sky and the empty sky. That's the reason why scriptures, Vedic and Buddhist, they describe consciousness as the sky, as the ocean. And of course, much greater description is sky, because it's really endless. Because even we can see the end of the ocean. The end of the ocean is just here. Beach is the end. Yeah, okay, but the sky endless. Okay, enough for the day.